Welcome. Today we will discuss sliding mode control. In the previous class also there was some discussion on sliding mode control. First we will review that, then we will go to sliding mode controller design. So single input, single output, nth order system represented by equals to f of x plus b of x into u. This is equation 1, where u is the single input, x state and output, x equal to x dot x n minus 1 transpose is the state vector. So this is the system on which we are applying the sliding mode control theory. So x of n means dnx by dtn. Further, this is the equation 1. Tracking problem is x equals to xd, the desired state, and tracking task is achievable when x of 0 equals to xd of 0. This is equation 2. That is, the initial state which corresponds to t equal to 0 is the desired state. Then e equals to x minus xd is the tracking error in variable x. Further, capital E equals to x minus xd equals to e dot e n minus first derivative transpose tracking error vector. Sliding surface S of t, capital S of t, is defined by the scalar equation S of xt equals to 0, where S of xt equals to d by dt plus lambda to the power n minus 1 into e. This is the equation number 3. As d by dt is equivalent to p, the Laplace operator. I mean p is the Laplace operator. S equals to p plus lambda to the power n minus 1 into e, or e equals to 1 upon p plus lambda into 1 upon p plus lambda, like continue up to 1 upon p plus lambda times the s. This is the first term and this is the n minus 1th term. So we have a input s, we have the block 1 upon p plus lambda, output is y1, then we have second block which is also 1 upon p plus lambda, y2, and this will continue. Last one is the here 1 upon p plus lambda, and output is, this is the first, this is the n minus 1 first order filters, each of time constant 1 upon lambda. So if initial error, that is e of 0, is not equal to 0, error is obtained within the bound, within the upper bound, asymptotically within a time constant n minus 1 by lambda corresponding to n minus 1 filters each of time constant 1 upon lambda. For the tracking task, control law U is chosen such that outside of ST the surface half of d by dt of a square is less than equal to minus eta into root s. This is the equation 4, which is the sliding condition. So from this we will obtain the reaching time t reach. So from equation 4 we have s into s dot is less than equal to minus eta into this. S equal to signum of s into magnitude of s. So this implies minus signum of s divided by eta is greater than equal to 1. Minus sign, the sign has reversed because minus sign is changed to the opposite, taken to the opposite side. So it from less than equal to it has changed to greater than equal to, and from this signum of s into s dot is greater than equal to, this implies minus signum of s by eta into ds is greater than equal to dt. This implies t time is the reaching time is less than equal to magnitude of s at time t equal to 0 divided by eta. Time is always positive. So accordingly t reach, the time to reach is the reaching time, time to reach the sliding surface s, capital S is the reaching time, that is given by magnitude of the scalar variable small s at time t equal to 0 divided by eta. Eta is the constant in equation 4, the positive constant. So the reaching time is this one, reaching time to switching surface. So if equation 4 is satisfied and condition in equation 2 is not satisfied, condition 2 is not satisfied means that is x0 is not equal to xd0. Equation 2 is x0 is equal to xd0. So if it is not satisfied, the surface st will be reached in time t reach less than equal to s of t equals to 0 magnitude divided by eta. This is the reaching time and equation 4 is the reaching condition. Equation 4 is the reaching condition. Once on the surface st, the tracking error tends exponentially to 0 with a time constant n minus 1 by lambda corresponding to n minus 1 filters, each of time constant 1 by lambda. So this is important. Then we will discuss sliding controller design. Consider a second order system. Most of the drives, DC drives comes under this. So n equals to 2, second order system. So equation 3 becomes s equals to e dot plus lambda e. This is equation 5. Feedback control input u which is there in equation 1 should be selected such that a square remains a Lyapunov function of the closed loop system. Equation 4, that is half of d by dt of a square less than equal to minus eta magnitude of s is also satisfied. So equation 4 implies that s dot into signum of s is less than equal to minus eta. This is equation 6. Sliding condition of equation 6 can be achieved with a switching control law u equals to minus k signum of s. This is equation number 7, where k is the sliding mode controller gain and constraint is which should be just large enough to handle all the model uncertainties and imprecision. In a well designed controller or control system, once on the sliding surface, which is a straight line, the sliding surface is a straight line given by s equal to e dot plus lambda I equal to 0 for the second order system. Once the sliding surface is reached, the system slides along the sliding surface with chattering, which also reduces. This chattering also reduces with time as shown. So for n equals to 2, this is horizontal axis is the error axis, vertical axis is the e dot axis, and this is the line e dot equals to minus of lambda e. Lambda is the positive constant. This is the switching line or sliding line. Suppose initially there is a error and its rate of change is e dot, so that the initial point is given by this dot here. Once the control law is selected, what is the control law? Control law is input control input u versus the sliding variable s, e equal to plus k if error is s is negative, and u equal to minus k if error is positive. This is the switching, this is the control system, hard switching controller, its characteristics. This is the control characteristics. With this hard switching controller, you see at this point, this when the control input is applied, it will be, this is also the line given by s equals to 0. It will be attracted towards the switching line or switching surface like this. It will be attracted. Once it reaches the sliding surface, because of the control action, there will be an overshoot. Overshoot will be less than the initial error. Once it crosses to the opposite side of the line s equal to 0, I mean this side of the switching line, again the control input will change to the sign, and it will again be attracted towards the sliding surface like this, and in the process there will be overshoot, and like that it will merge to, this is the final point given by e equals to 0, e dot equals to 0. This is the desired point, origin is the desired point, e equal to 0, e dot equal to 0. So this is the switching action. So, equation 8, equation 7, this is the u equals to minus k into sine of s. This is the equation 7. So this is the hard switching control results in chattering of states and output. As you see in this figure, there is a chattering. So this hard switching control results in chattering of the states and control output. To reduce chattering, boundary layer of width phi introduced on both sides as shown. So we will draw it in the next slide. This is the graph of control input u, control log u. U is the controller output and input to the system input. So it is the controller u versus S plane. So in normal controller, hard switching controller, u equals to minus k when S is negative and u is plus k when S is positive. But to reduce the chattering, boundary layer of width phi is introduced on both sides of the u plane. So in between, in this region, the gain is slowly changed from minus k to plus k. In hard switching controller, it is very instantaneous switching from minus k to plus k and minus k. So in this case, it is smoothly transformed and control law u is given by minus k into saturation of S by phi, where saturation of S by phi equals to S by phi if mod S is less than phi and equals to signum of S if mod S is greater than phi. As you can see in this figure, so for beyond this point, mod S is greater than phi. So u equals to minus k. Similarly, below this point, S is mod S is also greater than phi. So u equals to plus k, which is the and changeover from plus k to minus k and vice versa takes smoothly along this line, which is called saturation function S by phi. So it is given by u equals to minus k into S by phi. So for this control, for this controller to be designed, we consider the tracking precision. Tracking precision equals to theta. This tracking precision theta equals to phi by lambda, where phi is the width of the boundary layer. In one side, that is total width equals to 2 phi. Phi is the width of the boundary layer. 1 by lambda is the time constant. The writing mistake may be noted. So, this is the tracking precision. Next point is K is designed considering the maximum uncertainty and imprecision, and once K and taking K and theta is the tracking precision, phi and lambda are designed. So, these are some design guidelines for the sliding mode controller, with which chattering can be reduced and good performance can be obtained in face of model imprecision uncertainties, and it gives a good robust control technique. So, sliding mode control is already discussed in some class. So, sliding mode control law for is like this. So, this is a typical sliding mode control law. So, U is the control output, U is the sliding mode controller output, and there are two terms. First term, as I have underlined, it is the compensation term, what g minus g hat minus lambda e dot is a compensation term, and second term, that is minus k sin of s, it is a switching term, switching control term. So, compensation term means model is known, but not precisely known. So, whatever knowledge we have about the model, it may be imprecise, but that knowledge is utilized to compensate the control action. So, first term is a compensation term based on the knowledge about the system model. So, g hat, g is a certain function and that is estimated for the operating condition. So, g hat is coming from the estimation of the model, in estimation from the model. Lambda is a positive constant that is used in the switching mode, sliding mode control. It is basically 1 by lambda is the time constant for one filter, and E dot is the change in error. So, this term is the compensation term, which comes from the knowledge about the system dynamics, and second term is minus k sin of s is the switching control, and it is a hard switching. When the s is positive, the control, this control input is negative minus k, and when s is negative, sin of s is negative minus 1, and switching control is plus k. So, it is a hard switching control, means control output is either plus k or minus k. So, it attracts the operating point towards the switching surface or sliding line. K is the controller gain k, and it is computed based on the model dynamics. So, k should be always less than a certain maximum value, or can be at the most can be equal. K is less than or equal to k max. It is the maximum value of the controller gain k, and this is determined using the model, using the known model. So, for example, there are 4 terms to compute k max is greater than delta g max. So, g is g hat plus delta g, g is the system model. So, g hat we are taking in the compensation term, delta g is the unknown part, uncertain part, and what is the maximum value. Okay. For example, if the motor drive, we use a particular value of rotor resistance of the winding, but during the actual operating condition, temperature operating with load, temperature is high, losses are high, temperature is high, due to high temperature resistance is more. So, there will be some delta g due to that increased resistance. Second term is d max, d is the disturbance and its maximum value is d max. D max means say load torque. Load torque, most of the cases we consider to be disturbance. Suddenly it comes and it may be unloaded like that. So, when there is sudden load change, so the load is considered as a disturbance. So, d max is computed based on that, and eta is a constant determined from the control law, like half s. So, half d by dt of s square is less than equal to minus eta magnitude of S. This eta is that positive constant, and V is the command acceleration, rate of change of command. So, this way combining all 4 terms, the maximum value of gain K max is computed, and actual controller gain K should be less than K max. In actual sliding mode control, their switching control either plus K or minus K, switching control term is either plus K or minus K. So, this leads to sudden variation in the variables, which is called chattering. So, chattering is undesirable. So, to reduce the chattering, boundary layer is introduced, and this boundary layer. So, in boundary layer it is like this, actual control, say this is U versus S. So, actual controller it is like this, in boundary layer, so this is the boundary layer, this is the boundary layer of width phi on both sides. So, this is the boundary layer. So, inside the boundary layer the gain is reduced. So, instead of using only signum of S, it is changed to saturation of S by phi. Sign of signum of S is replaced by saturation of S by phi. So, that saturation of S by phi is defined like this. So, this is how the gain is reduced within the boundary layer to reduce the chattering. Thank you for attention.